Hi, I'm Matthew from Advisor Tech Partners. I've worked with over 50 different advisory firms that utilize both Redtail and Wealthbox CRM systems. At Advisor Tech Partners, we help financial advisory firms implement the industry's best practice management, workflows, and automations to their firm. We believe that this information should be available to everyone and not hidden behind a paywall. So if you enjoy this content, please feel free to subscribe below and also give us a like and share our content with your fellow people in the industry. So in today's video, we're going to be continuing our series on how to transfer your Redtail CRM system over to Wealthbox CRM, as we know a lot of you new Wealthbox users had previously been using Redtail. So we're just going to show you if you need some help and some guidance on how to transfer over your activity templates from your Redtail over to Wealthbox. So first of all, let's talk about what an activity template is and if your firm should be using it. Activity templates are essentially a way to launch and really just have a one item or one task activity launch instead of a workflow. As we know, a lot of you have your workflows built and you take pride in those workflows. A lot of the times there may just be one thing that you need to accomplish, or maybe the way your firm works, you prefer activity templates over workflows. So a couple of good examples as to why you would use an activity template over a workflow can vary, but we see a lot of firms really utilize activity templates to their advantage in a scenario like having a task like reaching out to a client to schedule a meeting. Now you may think, hey, my CSA or my operations individuals know how to do that, but think about when your firm is starting to grow and scale, right? It's going to be harder to teach person number 1 and then person number 10 on the same way on how to do that. So really your firm should be looking to starting to systematize and really start thinking about how are my operations and how are the effectiveness of my communications to clients going to scale with me. That's when you can start utilizing activity templates. So let's jump in here and see how we can use them and how to transfer them over into our new CRM in Wealthbox. So our first step, I'm going to show you where you can access your activity templates in Redtail CRM. So on the top right, where you have your drop down in your name, go ahead and click on Manage Your Account. And once this pops up, you're going to want to go ahead and you'll see a couple of different templates under Manage Templates. It'll be that first one, Activity Templates. We'll click on that. And then you'll see all the activity templates that you have built out. And again, if you haven't built them out already, talk to your team, start to understand why and really just how you can start using these activity templates to your advantage versus a workflow template that you may have built out. So in our example, we're going to be utilizing our first activity template called intro call, send post intro call email. So let's run through that scenario. Let's say that we had scheduled our initial lead and now they're turning into a prospect. Let's say the meeting went well and now we're really just looking to, send them that great follow-up touch point to make sure that we're pushing them along the pipeline so that they get their discovery meeting scheduled and they feel like you're actually engaging with them after the fact. A lot of individuals within the firm take it upon themselves as a responsibility to send that email. But again, if you're trying to create a high quality touch point and just a high quality service level for prospects and eventually will be your clients, you should look into start standardizing and really putting in those key touch points for your prospects and for your clients. It's only going to reflect on you and the firm you're trying to build for the future. So let's dive in. We'll go ahead and click on the activity template here, and you're going to see a couple of different areas that we're going to want to transpose over into Wealthbox. But let's talk about them first. First off, we have our naming convention, right? The naming convention should be relatively similar to all of the meeting types and let's say all of the types of tasks or servicing things that you're doing for your clients. So if you see here in our previous page, we have our prospecting 1 intro call, prospecting 2 discovery meeting, and prospecting 3 implementation meeting here as a really just way to guide our team for the future when we do inevitably need to make edits to our activity templates and our processes. So in here we have our naming convention. We also next have the subject. This is what's going to show up when this activity template gets assigned as just a regular activity to a user in your CRM. Next, we have the type. Over here, we have our category. So I'm going to keep this in line with anything prospecting, right, in that introductory meeting. I really want to make sure that when I'm pulling data out of my CRM, I can start to track all the touch points that we had with this prospect during the introductory phase, during the discovery meeting, and really just anywhere along your opportunity and sales pipeline. Again, great way to be adding a custom note type or a custom activity type in your CRM, so you can utilize that towards your advantage. And the next part here, we have our description. This is the most important part of your activity template. So you'll see here we have a disclaimer: send an email to the prospect with the scheduling link for the discovery meeting. So below here we have our email, and again, can be templatized, but again, this just serves as a good reference basis point for all the advisors, associates, or operations individuals that are going to be sending this post-introductory meeting email. So in our email, we are going to acknowledge that we had a great meeting with them today, and we have a couple of goals that we just wanted to review with them and just share that we picked up on during our introductory meeting. So we have our bullet points listed down here. Again, customize this email to your liking. If you want to add in there, hey, a joke that you shared during the meeting. This is a great high quality touch point. Lastly, we'll go ahead and close it up here. We'll schedule with them, and we'll also insert our scheduling link just right after it, and we'll close it out with our signature. The last part that I don't want you all to forget on an activity template is who is going to be the actual attendees on these activity templates. So most common than not, you will see that you would like to assign this to the current user, meaning if I'm the one launching this activity template, I should be the one that's assigned to the activity. In other cases, maybe you find that there are specific attendees that should always get this task. Maybe you have one associate advisor that does and handles all the trading within the firm. If that's your case, then you can go ahead and select that individual, and we'll say that's Jeff, and let's say he's going to be sending out all the emails to all the prospects that we meet with during the introductory phase. Last 2 points here to cover is how important is this thing and what's the priority on this? So I would say prospects are definitely some people or some individuals within the firm that you interact with on a daily basis that do require a high level touch point. You want to keep on them. You don't want it to be categorized as a priority 5 or 6 and now they're showing up towards the bottom. I would say anything client communication is always a high importance. So if you want to start looking at how you start to rank and how you start to see what level of importance are these tasks kind of coming in at for my firm, you can start looking at it and really just start organizing this data. Again, in most cases, and really where I have been in my career, I know that reaching out to clients is always at the forefront. So you may want to leave it as a 1 or a 2, or leave it blank, as blank activities in Redtail will always show up at the top. So lastly, I'll go ahead and just make sure that this screen is pulled up here, and now we're going to be transferring over into Wealthbox, your new CRM. So a lot of these updates and a lot of areas where you can make these customizations are, again, going to be at the top right. Click on the 3 dots, then settings, and then after settings here, we are going to click on customizations. So here under customizations, you're going to see this area under customized data. This is where we are going to have the ability to start building out those activity or task templates, as Wealthbox calls them. So again, in Redtail, we call them activity templates, and in Wealthbox, we call them task templates. So from here, we'll go ahead and create task template on that top right green button. And now it's pretty easy. You can go ahead and start transferring and transposing all of this data over here from your Wealthbox CRM, like your name, subject, a point type, and really just start getting that clean information over into your new CRM. The next step here, and we'll just walk through how to build out the whole task template, is you're going to want to see under task 4, the drop down item is going to allow you to check a couple of different options here. So we are going to collect and really just take a survey of internally, where are we going to be using this task template? We know since we're sending out the emails directly to prospects, this is going to only be for prospects. So we'll go ahead and click contacts for the task 4. Assign, we'll go ahead, and since we over here had in our Redtail CRM assign to current user as who it should be assigned to, we'll go ahead and click the same idea, task creator. Who is the one launching this task template? They're going to be assigned this activity and this task. We don't want it to repeat. This is just a once occurrence thing. We'll go ahead and set the due date to the same day. If you have a preference of saying so many days afterwards or so many weekdays afterwards, we prefer at our firm using weekdays just so it doesn't count Saturdays and Sundays as that additional lag day. But we'll go ahead and just set that as the normal 0 date. Next, we have what's the priority on this, right? Priority we'll select as high. Category, since we do have some different categories here, we're going to go ahead and put this as a follow-up email, just to, again, to make sure that we are starting to organize and track our data cleanly in our CRM. And then next, under our descriptions, we will go ahead and copy and paste over that great information that we had in our new CRM. And that's it. Once we're done here, we'll go ahead and click that green save button. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like. So we can go over to our example client, Joe, and we are going to launch this activity template. So the way you do that, and again, the way you will do that in your new CRM as a task template, is by clicking on the task tab. And right next to the task name, you will see this little box, and it'll pop up and indicate that these are where you launch your task templates. So we'll go ahead and click task templates. And lastly here, we see that we have our prospecting intro call post meeting email task template. If we need to reassign it, we can definitely reassign it. Or hey, maybe we don't want to send this email out until Monday and the following Monday. We can definitely change the date and make those custom choices. But the purpose, again, for these task templates, these activity templates in either CRM, is to make sure that your firm is standardizing the way that you're reaching out to clients. You're providing the same level of service as all the prospects that you meet with. And our final step here, we'll go ahead and click that green button to add task. And now we have that launched, ready to go. So to review, we just went into our Redtail and our old CRM system. We extracted all of the activity template information and really highlighted the importance of each section and how you can utilize it towards your advantage for your firm, and where to identify in building out those Wealthbox task templates. Again, in Redtail, they are called activity templates, and in Wealthbox, they are task templates. And finally, how you can go ahead and transpose all of that good information from your old Redtail CRM system into your new CRM system, Wealthbox. And lastly, we just showed you how to launch those task templates on a given contact. So appreciate you all following with us today. And if you have any questions or maybe just something that came up during the video, please feel free to drop us a question down below in the comment section, and we'll be more than happy to respond. Also, if you haven't been able to check out the whole series on how to transfer over your Redtail CRM over to Wealthbox CRM, please feel free to check out that in the description below.